Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stir Dark Fan here. Thank you guys for tuning in for today's episode. Basically, I'm starting a new segment on my YouTube channel, building and perfecting anti-meta. It's been a very rogue, popular deck with a lot of players, a lot of duelists. It's one of those decks that you like to keep hanging around with your basically more competitive decks. And I decided basically to update it to today's current format and possibly the future of Shadalls. With that said, I'm going to introduce basically what I think is kind of the a skeleton to revolve around the format today and the meta today. With that said, let me just go ahead and give you a basic rough draft of what I have for anti-meta. So let's get right to it. So everybody knows Thunder King is basically the primary anti-meta card of the deck. It will never die. It has to be there no matter what. So TK, always there. I wanted consistency in the deck. Basically, top decking at the most, and I wanted to add the Fire Fist engine, which has essentially been good. Two bears with one gorilla. I'll show you how many tankies I'm playing. With the new change in drawing 5 going first, I wanted something to +1 opening hand, and basically we even out throughout the duel. And I felt Murmillo was the best card out there because everybody's splashing it in the deck. Moving on, two Evil Swarm Thunderbirds. Basically, what anti-meta has always had a problem with, its greatest weakness is maintaining a monster on board. Basically, if they get around that monster you have, you basically lose. So I felt that Evil Sun Thunderbird was the solution for that. Eventually would come back, waste your opponent's resources, and gain you more advantage in mid to late game. In addition, also 2 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer to get rid of the setup your opponent has if they go first, mid to late game. Kaiku is really good. In addition, 2 Banishers. I was initially running 3, but 2 was really good. I had to cut the third one down to make room for a special card. 2 DD Warrior Lady, still good. Set it against anything you want. Get rid of that problem. Banish it. It doesn't target. So really good, really essential. And the MVP of the deck, very, very underrated card, Dodo Warrior. So for those of you that don't know what it does, basically you can normal summon this card without tributing, and its range of attack becomes 1800. If this card attacks, negate all card effects that activate in the opponent's graveyard until the end of the damage step. So very good card, 1800 attacker. Really underrated. I had to look it up, and it worked really well against the hands, against mermails, specifically Abyssalin. So that's the monster count at 15. Traps, Solemn Warning, Trap Hole, and Bottomless to search out with the Murmillos. Torrential, Double Mirror Force, really good. Double Fiendish Chain, effect negation. Dimensional Prison, Compulse, Magic Drain. My theory behind Magic Drain is that your opponent holds out their most important spell cards mid to late game in hand, and they have no other resources just to play that card, and just basically it's going to be Soul Charge. Soul Charge is a really good card, really nutty. So Magic Drain basically solves that. It's kind of more of a economical Vanity's Emptiness per se, but it hits a lot more cards. Main deck Soul Drain, really essential right now to stop against the artifacts. 2 Tenkies and 1 Gyoko for the 2 targets for Bear and Gorilla. The Lances, like I said, we need to keep that monster on board, and Lance serves that problem. 2 enemy controllers. It's not a trap. That's basically my primary focus. It's a really good card, very versatile. 1 MST, 1 Mind Control, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, and MVP Seal of Orichalcos. A really good card. Makes all your monsters 500 or more attack. Really, really essential. And finally, the Defissure. Basically, if you open up Defissure right now and against the meta, you're really in good position to win the game. All the time I open up Defissure or Soul Drain, I get the game. It's automatic. It's very clutch. So that's a rough draft. Still playing around with a couple cards in the main deck and the side deck to see what's the most efficient, but the meta hasn't really settled down at the moment. But I'll keep you updated on that. A couple extra deck cards I'm playing with is this card, Anti-Luminescent, really good. I want to put him at 2 or 3 in the extra. Maestroke, Tiger King, Rhapsody, Master Key Beetle, Blade Armor for the DD Warrior ladies, Crazy Box if you're in a skill drink, Gaga Cowboy, Ragna Zero, Gemini Pearl. Those are some ideas, but it's still in testing a lot. Side deck, Doom Caliber Knight. People are main decking Veilers and Maxis, so I felt side deck was really good. False Dyna's Breaker. Hasn't been that worthwhile at the moment, but we'll see. 2 Noble, I'm gonna cross out. Soul Drains, Mind Crushes, Rivalry, Rex Medolches, Evil Swarms, Constellars, anything that is a problem to you. To be honest, doesn't really hurt you, even though your monsters are different types. Rivalry just wrecks everything else. Light Imprisoning and the Macro. That's gonna change as well. It's just a rough draft at the moment. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, remember guys, keep it 8,000 and peace.